I was brought up on a rough housing estate in Reading. Didn't have a very good start. My father left my mother, and he sent me mad off the rails. I ended up in boarding schools. Couldn't read or write or anything like that. So I wasn't very good at getting a job. Met my first partner when I was about 20. Had 3 children with her. 2006, I lost my mother, which sort of sent me a little bit over the edge. I moved out of Reading, come back in 2009, had a flat. My landlord sold the flat, but the landlady that took the flat over wouldn't renew my tenancy, so I was made homeless.
I've had problems and issues from a young age. I was adopted at the age of 3. My adoptive parents hadn't got on with them. Well, I got on with my dad perfectly, but my mum, ever since I was adopted, I haven't got on with her. From the age of 16, I've lived in flats. My father has paid for me to live in flats, rooms, anything, so that I'm not at home, because I can go back for like Christmas, Easter, whatever, birthdays, but apart from that I don't get on with my mum. So that's why now, at the situation that I'm in now, I'm homeless. I was in the Salvation Army and they evicted me for non-payment of rent, but it took one phone call from me going down there, ringing a job centre, for them to realise that I was actually paying the rent. The Salvation Army couldn't be bothered to make that simple phone call to realise that I was doing it. Non-payment of rent, and on the top of the list it said that I was watching TV on someone else's landing. The day that I got kicked out, they're installing TVs in every single landing.
I fell ill in 2011. I got chronic pancreatitis, and where I'd had an accident years ago with my feet, I broke both feet. It's caused a lot of problems, so I've had to keep going back and have an operation after operation with it, because they didn't set the bone properly, and it's just caused problem after problem.
And then that will stop you from getting a job?
Yeah, I couldn't work because of my foot. I just couldn't put any pressure on it. And then, because I was having to go through like the council and the social for housing benefit and stuff like that, the landlady didn't want to take me on as a resident. So as soon as she bought the property, I was out. No, I went to the council and they put me in Slough. They moved me straight out of Reading, put me in Slough, put me in a guest house in Slough. I've never been to Slough in my life, and I didn't know where I was, what I was doing. I had to come to Reading every week to see my doctor, and it just wasn't. They wasn't going to give me the funding to come from Slough to Reading once a week, so I had to come back to Reading. I came back to Reading. I went into the Reading Hotel. Because I allowed my eldest son to come and visit me, they kicked me out. Said I wasn't allowed no visitors.
I'm homeless. I'm living on the streets wherever I can find. I've been behind the church there. I've been down by the Hexagon, down by the police station. Anywhere and everywhere that I can find to sleep and stay. I've got a couple of bags and stuff with me that I've left in the place which I'm sleeping. Some of the times I've gone back there, and obviously some people don't like you sleeping there. I could be under a bin sort of thing, and I'm sleeping in there. and then they just take the stuff and move it somewhere else. I've had it where people have actually just chucked it in the bin, burnt it, chucked it away, done all sorts of stuff, and then you go back there at night to go and sleep there, and this could be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll go back there to sleep, and then I've got nothing.
I live on the streets. I have to beg to get my money. Obviously the social do pay me something. I'm not on the right benefits. I've got to go to the welfare to get the right benefits, because I don't know what I'm entitled to and what I'm not entitled to. You know, I actually do come under disabled, and I still don't, you know, I get no help. They give me no help whatsoever. You know, as far as they're concerned, as long as I whack a sick note in every 2-3 months, they're just paying my money, and you know, £140 a fortnight to live on. Sorry, but you can't live on that. You know, by the time you take your electric money out, and it's just not, you're gonna have nothing to eat. So I've had to come to this level to survive, to eat every day, you know, to get something hot inside me.
Down by the bridge, down near Rivermead, there was a homeless guy that used to sleep there. He got set alight when he was sleeping. That could happen to me. Some little kids could come and set me alight, could come and just stamp on me and beat me up or do whatever. I've always got that thing in my head. Where I sleep, am I going to be safe?
Yeah, so 3/4 of the people that we support at Launchpad are men, and kind of a fairly typical reason of how they've ended up homeless and coming to Launchpad is a relationship breakdown. So their relationship will break down. The man will have to leave the house. Quite often he'll turn to alcohol and end up sleeping on a friend's sofa. You know, eventually the friend gets a bit fed up of them sleeping on the sofa and they end up sleeping rough. But if you're sleeping rough, that's day in, day out, that you're sleeping out in the cold. You know, you don't know where your food's coming from. You're not sleeping somewhere safe either if you're sleeping rough. You don't know what's going to come along in the middle of the night, so you're not ever getting a decent night's sleep. You're not necessarily having a shower in the morning. You haven't got fresh clothes. If it's raining, you've got wet. You're never going to get warm again if you don't have anywhere to go. You know, it's this perpetual sleeping rough and getting down. And when people have got, you know, low self-esteem and low self-respect, and if they've got no one that cares for them, or they certainly think they've got no one that cares for them, why do they need to care about themselves? So, you know, they do take drugs, they do drink too much alcohol, and that is a big part of when people come to Launchpad, that we hopefully help give them back some self-respect and some self-confidence, and we'll talk to them about their drug and alcohol use, and it's not just a case of, you know, drugs or alcohol are bad for you. It's okay when you drink too much or you take too many drugs. How does that affect your relationship with your family, or your ability to get a job, or your health? So the onus really is on them to accept what happens when they drink too much or take too many drugs, and identify the triggers to that. Why are they doing that? And get them to acknowledge that, and that's very much a first part of getting them to tackle their drink or their drug problem, and teaching them life skills that they may not have been, you know, taught by their parents. So sometimes they may not know how to clean the kitchen, they won't know how to cook, they won't know how to budget manage. So it is saying that, you know, when you get your benefits, they need to last you. You can't spend them all in one day, because tomorrow you're not going to have anything. So it's accepting sometimes and not judging, and really getting to know the individual and find, you know, doing what's best for them.
The majority of people don't judge you. You know, they just walk by and, you know, carry on with their own business. But you do get a few that, yeah, they will judge you straight away. You know, they put you in a category, and it's horrible, but it's something that is thrown at you and you can't do nothing about it. What can you do? know, they're bigots at the end of the day. They haven't got a clue what it's like when life does strike you and, you know, you are reduced to this level. You know, I didn't think I'd be here 10 years ago.
I don't use drugs or anything. I'm not a drug addict. I drink, but I'm not a drug addict. But being an alcoholic, if I don't drink, I fit and I get ill and everything like that.
Bit about the holistic support, that it's important to look at the person as a whole. So yes, they have we have a clean, safe house that we house people in. Yes, we have the day-to-day support, you know, of the life skills of helping give, you know, people IT skills, budget management. But then, it's the holistic part that really helps people move on, is, you know, getting them engaged with the allotment, getting them to come along to art and craft, giving them back some self-confidence and self-respect, and also hopefully giving them a coping strategy for when things do go wrong, some sort of outlet that is going to keep them on a stable path, because we all have setbacks in life, and, you know, a big part of what happens is how we deal with those, and we wouldn't be being realistic if we didn't acknowledge that there will be setbacks.
Reading does quite a lot for people. You know, you get a lot of like 8 o'clock on most evenings. You can go to the market. You know, you get baguettes, sandwiches, hot soup, coffee, tea, whatever. And there's the Cerdic down at Bartley Avenue. You can go, you get a hot meal, you can have a bath, you can change your clothes.
You've got very good people like St Mungo's and the street pastors, and there's other services. A lot of handouts. On a Monday night down the Oxford Road, there's a church that does a lot.
So there is a lot there for people, and it's hard for some people to swallow their pride and go there. You know, a friend of mine, she was sacked from her job through an accident, and she had to go, and she couldn't go there because of the people that were there. She was a working class, middle-aged woman that really felt uncomfortable mixing with some of the people that choose to make themselves homeless.
And then you've got other services down by the 99p shop on there that food handouts and soup kitchens and stuff like that. You've got Cerdic down there. Everyone's trying to help everyone, and it's good. But for someone that's homeless on the streets, it takes a long time to get housed. I've been homeless now for 6 weeks. Before that, I was homeless for 5.5 months. And this is what I'm saying, this is how long it takes people to even... When you're homeless, there's St Mungo's and that go round and see people that are homeless. Because it's alright going up and saying to someone, I'm homeless, but you could be sofa surfing or staying at someone's or doing whatever. They have to see you literally on the street homeless. So they have their teams that go round, because there is specific spots where people go. Car parks are the main ones, you know, right at the top of the car park and everything. People have to go around there and see you minimum on 2 occasions before they can even put you forward to this access panel on a Tuesday down at the council. So they have to see you homeless.
Yeah, we work closely with Reading Borough Council, so there's something called the access panel that happens every week, where there are a list of clients who want to come off of the streets, or have said that they want help in terms of moving forward, because everything's short term. You know, even the Salvation Army People are only meant to be there for 6 months, so they need to be, they need to go somewhere after that. Otherwise they end up back on the streets.
Right.
And it really does, people do have to say, right, I want to change, because we can only house 109 people. We'd love to help more. So we have to take the ones that have the very best chance of engaging with us.
Every night I come out, I try to get money to get into a hostel. Right, there's hostels that take people in for the nights. They take people in for longer periods as well, but obviously me coming out, it's not as if I'm going to manage to get hundreds of pounds to book for like a week or a couple of weeks. So I come out, I get enough money to make enough money for the night, and I do that virtually every night. And virtually every night, I don't do it.
You don't make enough.
No, that's why I'm sleeping rough. Some nights I do, but then the nights that I do make enough money, it's cool. Do you know what I mean? Because like some nights I'll come out, I just under what I need to make. So then the next night I'll spend the money on food, maybe a drink, bit of tobacco, and then the rest of that money I'll put towards the money that I make from that night, and then that gets me into the hostel.
I'd like to get a rent deposit guarantee, so I could get a tidy flat, and try and get back to work. That's what I'd like to do, but it's a lot easier said than done.
We are the synchronizers. Send messages through time codes.
Yeah, and so when you're down and you haven't slept and you haven't got a job or any focus, a reason to get up in the morning is a really important part of,
You need hope.
I think, people's mental health, of giving people an outlet, something to do, keeping busy.
All the agencies that I need to be with and need to see, I am. I'm going to them. I'm going to AA. I'm going to Iris down Wayland Street, because that's my key worker. I'm on probation until the end of April, which they're trying to help me get housed and everything. So I am doing everything possible to try and sort it out. It's not as if I'm just some layabout that's...
The poor man's getting poorer and the rich man's getting richer at the moment, and that's wrong. Everyone should help each other. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. Give us one chance. If you mess it up, then you mess it up for yourself.
No one was born homeless, and there's a reason, whatever that is, as to why they've got there. And
It will happen for me. I will end up sorting it out,
Time.
but it's just going to take time.
How do you keep yourself strong to keep up in this fight?
I think that's just mental attitude. You've got to keep fighting. It's very easy to get swallowed up as well. And if you allow that, then you've allowed life to beat you, ain't you? We've only get one life, and you've got to give it the best shot you can. And so no matter what, you've just got to keep fighting. And you will reach that goal. Whatever you've aimed for, you will reach it if you've got the determination to do it.